Hello, and welcome to Finntastic99 Audible, where today I will be reading a book called Survivor Titanic. This book is written by Finntastic99 and voiceover is by Ender, which is me. We will be reading Chapter 1 to Chapter 2 in this book. We'll be reading Chapter 1 to Chapter 2. Hope you enjoy. The story of Titanic is not fictional, but the characters in this book are all fictional. So let's begin. On our contents page. Also check out other books by Finntastic99. Or maybe even subscribe. Chapter 1. Hello readers, my name is Scarlet Rose. I was born in Southampton, England in the year 1880. My father died, my mother died when I was 2 years old. This is how I looked at the time. I had no brothers or sisters, so all through my childhood from the age of 2 years onward, there were just the two of us, my father and me. We lived in a small and cramped terraced house on the streets of Southampton. My father worked as a salesman at the nearby business office. While I was still a baby, my father washed me and fed me and changed my nappies and did all the millions of other things a mother normally does for a child. That is not an easy task for a man, especially when he worked full-time. But my father didn't seem to mind. I think that all the love he had felt for my mother when she was alive. I never had moments of unhappiness or illness, and here I am on my 5th birthday. In the house that we lived in at the time, there was a kitchen which hardly had anything in it at the time. There was also a living room without a television, obviously. The only really interesting room in the house was the bathroom. It always had at least 4 spiders in it. Since pesticides didn't exist and my father cared too much about nature, he decided to leave them. So whenever we wanted to use it, we decided we'd have to make sure we wouldn't sit on any of them or let them get up my bottom. When I needed a bath, my father would heat a bucket of water and pour it into a basin. Then he would strip me naked and scrub me all over, standing up. This, I think, got me just as clean as if I was washed in a bath. Probably cleaner, because I didn't finish up sitting in my own dirty water. I loved it when I was tucked up into my bunk, and my father was telling me stories. Most wonderful of all was the feeling that when I went to sleep, my father would still be there, very close to me, sitting in his chair by the fireplace. April 10th, 1912. I was now 32 years old. I had a decent amount of money, and I thought, what better way to spend money by going on holiday to America? So I did. I searched for ship departures that would go to America this year. And what did I find? That only this day, 1912, the biggest ship in the world, Titanic, would be leaving in the morning. I had left the terraced house, and my father was living in a slightly bigger and much better home in the east of Southampton. But when I heard the news about Titanic, I gathered my money and rushed out the front door and got in my car. I got into it and drove away at speed towards the docks. When I got there, I ran to the desk where they would be selling tickets. I handed them a bunch of money. At the time, it only cost £90, which was a lot in those days, but now it would cost at least £300. Anyway, I got my tickets of them, boarded on D deck, being greeted by a rather rude officer. He simply said, "Get on quickly so you don't have to waste other time." I walked past him, staring back as he did nearly the same to other passengers boarding the ship. But how did I know where my room was? Well, that was quite simple, actually. I got given the room name on my key that I got given it. It read D deck, room 402. I kept walking around the hallways for a while, checking all the numbers on the doors, until I got lost and asked a nearby steward where this room was. He was young, handsome-looking chap, who was very kind to me. "It's just down that way." He kindly pointed at one of the hallways that I'd just come down. "Oh, I must have walked past it without even checking properly." I laughed as he giggled. "Thank you, kind sir," I said to him as I walked down the hall. I unlocked the door, and inside there were 2 beds, a chair, and a table. A door leading to a bathroom, supposedly a chest drawer. I liked it already. The ship was leaving port in about 10 minutes. In this time, I decided to unpack and have a look around my room. This is very sweet, I thought. This is slightly better than I imagined it to be. 2 minutes later to leaving port, I rushed up the grand staircase to get a better view on boat deck. I waved goodbye to all the people on land who were also waving. The workmen down on the ground were lifting the moors up from what they were attached to and dropped them into the water. Once we got out of the harbour, we were heading towards Cherbourg in France, where particularly famous passengers boarded. Her name was Margaret Brown, although everyone called her Molly. The unsinkable Molly she was often called as well. It was now 9:30. The sun was nearly hidden from the horizon. I had just eaten dinner in the second-class dining room. I had steak, some wine, which really filled me up. After that, I headed back to my room to get some good rest. Throughout the evening, I had been playing table tennis, playing cards with other second-class passengers. And I also met a young girl and a boy who let me play hide-and-seek with them. It was really fun, although they kept winning all the time. Is it because I'm too old? Or is it just because I'm not very good at it? I got into my room. I turned slowly towards my bed. The annoying this was that I had to get dressed and put my clothes away first. After I had painfully done that, I got into bed and felt the coziness of the mattress below my spine. I was ready to fall asleep, though before I did, I took the time to admire the beautiful surroundings. I stared at all the pictures and paintings on the walls, and I just thought to myself, this is going to be the best time of my life. I was also thinking about what I would do once I was in New York. I was planning on buying a hotel room in a good hotel, and then go explore the place, like visiting the park, go bowling with some other people, hang out with other people, all that stuff. I started to close my eyes and look forward to the next day, hoping to find some secrets and new friends.
Play pause. Wait. Recording. Okay.